if athletes have a problem like a torsion in the ankle, they have any supplements to try, some things to do. So yeah, I like this kind of mindset about injuries.
We went to a special ice skating show last year,
Yeah.
and they announced that one of the top performers, he had actually seriously injured himself. What can an injured athlete do if you're, injured shortly before a tournament, but you decided that you want to compete? Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the athlete mindset and injuries. This is especially relevant if you have a competition coming up very, very soon and you just got injured. You're injured right before an important competition. Listen in because this is really helpful for you.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel. I am a nutritionist and BJJ black belt with over 50 titles.
My name is Vanessa, and together with Daniel, we help athletes get to their best performance. And so for today's episode, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is actually my own story. So for those of you who don't know, I've been training figure skating for the past year and a half. I started as an adult and it's been really fun. I've been taking it really seriously. I've been training 4 times a week and I signed up for my first ever competition, super excited, really well prepared, and then this happened. So Daniel and I were moving some furniture. After that, I went to train figure skating, and I immediately felt some sharp pain in my back. And all of this is happening 4 days before this one important competition, my first competition ever. I wanted to talk about it because Daniel has been helping me so much. I think this could be really helpful for others going through the same thing as well. So, with that being said, Daniel, the reason why I thought I would want to have our episode be on this topic today is because, maybe in the past, maybe before we met, what I would have done in this situation, I would maybe be looking at even canceling my competition participation. I would look at maybe getting back the fees. I would probably be really sad. I would probably not feel this energetic and still very excited for the competition. And so I think you just helped me so much in terms of mindset and in terms of that mental side of things for competitions. I know you're a super experienced athlete. You have so many competitions under your belt. For me, it's the opposite. I've done some competitions when I was a kid, but this is my first competition as an adult. So yeah, with all of that, maybe let's talk about athlete mindset itself. How would you even define this athlete mindset?
Yeah, I have been helping athletes for the last 4 years as a nutritionist, but I was an athlete as well. So I know this kind of thing happen many times. When this kind of thing happen near the tournament, it's about other athletes' life. So your opponents, your adversaries, I think, yeah. Everyone has a problem or injury near the tournament. I know it's not everyone. You could competing 100% perfect, 100% healthy, 100% with everything well, but sometimes you can injure it yourself or you could have troubles in your personal life. This kind of thing is completely normal. Everything could be a problem in the day of the tournament.
Hmm.
This help us to think our adversaries, opponents is humans like us. Yeah, I fought with famous people. My first thing is this guy is famous. Everyone is look to us. But when I start to fight with him, I realize that he's just a human like me. So yeah, I like this kind of mindset about injuries because when you go to the tournament, you need to think, oh, okay, this injury is a problem to keep training, or it's just a normal injury. So what I need to do to be better until the tournament day.
Right. I mean, I think it's so interesting because I thought I knew what the mindset part of the competition was.
Yeah.
I thought the mindset is staying focused, right? For figure skating, you have a routine that you need to do. So I thought that mindset meant being focused during that routine, not getting distracted during the competition. But it's so much more. It's how you bring yourself to the competition. I realized now with this injury that I was just assuming that I would be there 100%, right? Fortunately, there's our personal lives are so much in order. Everything's going so well. And my body was really healthy up to this point. I just assumed that I would be able to compete at 100%.
Yeah.
And sort of now adjusting to this reality, that I think is a much bigger challenge for people who don't have someone like you by their side. So you've been helping me so much with that. I think it's so true. When you're competing against others, others might be injured. One of your competitors might have some personal struggles, relationship struggles, financial struggles. Like you don't know what people are going through,
Yeah.
and you just assume that everyone there is at their best. You almost feel like it's unfair if something is going on with you, when in reality, it's just part of life, right? There's always something going on, and you've really helped me see that.
I agree 100% with you. I was just thinking, I was sick a couple days ago, and you didn't get sick. It is could be just lucky, but you have a period couple days
Right.
after it.
Yeah, but I think it's also so much a matter of perspective. And I think that's one thing that you've also helped me with a lot because I have this injury now. It might affect my performance at the competition. We're going to talk about different things that I'm going to be doing in the next few days to try to get as good as I can. But this injury, it could have happened 2 months before the competition,
Yeah.
and maybe I wouldn't have been able to train for a while.
Yeah.
But instead, I was not injured the entire time. So I was able to prepare really, really well. And so my sort of thing that I have going on only happened at the end, but something happens when you train a lot, when you have a personal life going on, right? Especially as an adult, there's always something going on. And it's, in a way, it's not even a surprise that something happened. It's just a surprise what exactly would happen.
I'm superstitious before the tournament, so if I had a sparring with my colleagues, I never do the last one because always the last one something could happen. Yeah, I agree with you. This is something normal to happen. You are injured right now, but you could be better tomorrow
Mm,
or in the day of the tournament,
right.
and someone could be sick, someone could be broke with a partner or personal problem or something.
Yeah, and I'm also trying to think maybe so my issue is actually lumbago, so I think I pulled something in my back. Um, but maybe the reason, like maybe thanks to this lumbago, I'm staying home more, and that's helping me not catch the flu, right? Like I could not get all this and then on competition day wake up and I have the flu, and then I probably wouldn't be able to compete. And so, something happens, it's life, and so now we need to sort of use that athlete mindset to make the best of the competition. So, I think the first thing that you talked about in terms of athlete mindset is sort of accepting that everyone has something going on.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to athlete mindset?
Yeah, if you have a trouble or es- especially in your case injured, you need to think, oh, okay, I'm injured right now. What I need to do to be better until the tournament, because there's something normal that could happen is be frozen. So wow, I'm injured and uh, I can't train. I can't do anything. So I don't know what I do, and just go to the bed and stay there frozen
Right.
and worried
Yeah.
with it. But yeah, I think the right mindset, the right thing to do is think about, analyze your problem, and try to find something to be better until the tournament.
Right.
This is for injury to if you get sick in the days before the tournament. So yeah, you need to analyze everything and try to be better through that.
And I think maybe just a caveat, right? Because it's obvious to us, but maybe it's not obvious to the viewers. Of course, we're not talking about like a serious injury, right? If you break your arm the day of a tournament, you're probably not going to be competing.
Yeah.
But this is about those injuries where it's going to affect your ability to train.
Yeah.
It's maybe you feeling some pain, but you're not completely out of the race yet. You're not you don't have to just give up yet. There's a lot of things that you can still do, and you can still be proud and you can still compete. And I think those are the types of situations that we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. And especially if you opt to compete, you need to keep in with a positive mindset until the tournament. So of course you have injured, you need to care about it, but as you need to keep positive and just try to do something to be better. Think about adversaries as well. Sometimes if someone has injured and just stay frozen there and think, oh, my adversary is better than me, somehow or I will fail or something. Or sometimes the athletes like use injury as a skills to don't perform better.
Hmm.
So, oh, I have this injured, so if I lost the first match, uh, or if I fail, no problem. But see all your journey, everything that you do to stay there, to compete, and why not do the incredible performance?
Hmm.
Because it's like I said before, everyone has a problem the day of
Right.
the tournament. So if everyone has a problem, is everything is equal. So you have a chance to have your best performance in the tournament day.
Right, right. One incredible performance that we witnessed was we went to a special ice skating show last year,
Yeah.
and they announced that one of the top performers, he had actually seriously injured himself
Yeah.
on the day of the performance. So this is a big performance for ice skaters. They train months for this, and this guy um, sliced up open his glute with his skate.
Mm.
Had to go to the hospital. Of course, we're talking about a different level here, right? But this is just a story that's really inspiring me right now. He sliced open his butt, had to get stitches, and you would not be able to tell from the performers who this guy was. You could not tell. Of course, if he had full use of his muscle, he would maybe be jumping higher, he would maybe be jumping faster. But in the end, as a top level athlete, he was able to sort
Yeah.
of swallow all that for that important performance day
Yeah.
and just give his best. And the audience respected him so much for it. And he didn't perform like a good athlete with an injury. He just performed like a good athlete,
Yeah.
you know? And and so I think I'm trying to think about that. Of course, my injury is a lot less serious, right? But I'm also a lot less of a pro athlete than that guy was.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think about how I can apply those lessons to my situation.
Sometimes I saw the athletes, like I said before, some athletes use injury as an excuse. But sometimes this is help. If I have a poor performance, it's because I'm injured. This reduces the pressure around the tournament.
Right. No, and I can really feel that because before my pressure was sort of to have the best possible performance, like this perfect performance. I want to land all my jumps. I want to do everything the right way. And now my goal is to just smile and to not, if I feel pain, to not show the pain to the audience. If I don't feel pain, be happy about that and to just do my best. And so the pressure is a little off now. Like now it's just about doing my best and then
Yeah,
having fun.
yeah. I can be wrong, but before the injury, it's probably you just want to be there as best as possible and win the first place.
Mm.
And right now, you just wanted to be able to compete.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Now my focus is to get myself strong and as pain free as possible and
yeah,
just do my routine and be happy and proud and not worry so much about the details. And yeah, my mindset is totally shifted.
yeah,
Some more holistic question, right?
yeah,
Of course, mindset is so important in a situation where you're injured before the tournament.
yeah.
But beyond that, what can an injured athlete do if you're, injured shortly before competition, before a tournament, but you decided that you want to compete? So what can you do?
Yeah. Like I told before, you need to thinking about what happened and what you need to do. Okay, right now, I'm injured. Depend what kind of injury you have. For example, in your case is muscle injured. So the best thing right now will be rest and in the about nutrition. Something you could do right now is control your sleep quality. Probably magnesium could help you to relax your muscles and try to be more relaxed
Mm,
until the tournament, because right now your muscles contract.
yeah.
So the best thing right now will be relaxed to be unpain.
Mm,
So yeah, this is your case, but if for example, if athlete have a problem like a torsion in the ankle, they have any supplements to try, some things to do. If you're talking about nutrition, the most important thing at this case is the physiotherapy sessions or maybe do some massage, but it's more related physiotherapy. Yeah, it is something that could help you or could another athlete.
right.
at this moment.
Yeah, and for physiotherapy, I'm doing something that you mentioned in a previous episode that we did, where we talked about injury nutrition, right? And we talked about physiotherapy. And one of the insights that you shared that I'm really applying is that physiotherapy is not sort of this little dabbling, it's not a meditation. It's a real workout and it's supposed to actually be difficult,
Yeah,
right? Of course, not painful, but difficult. So I'm taking this physiotherapy really seriously. I'm doing the 20-minute sessions multiple times a day,
yeah,
and sort of doing the exercises that are right for my body. So I'm taking that very seriously and sort of trying to
yeah.
fuel around that. Great. Now I know, we talked about my story, we talked about the athletes that you've helped, but you competed more than 50 times, right? You have so many competitions that you were an athlete in. So you've probably experienced something like this before yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. My last competition
Mm.
for in the ADCC, in the Switzerland ADCC, I I did a hard prep to compete there. I lost 8 kilos, I think, 8 or 7. I don't know exactly, and I was completely prepared to compete. But in the day before, when I did my last train session, I didn't respect my rule to just do my superstition to not do the last one, and I did the last one. I got injured, so immediately I think, like I like to think, so everyone maybe have a problem like me. So the best thing to do right now will be rest, go to the gymnasium, and I made my weight, and I okay, right now it's just eat and rest, and uh let's pray to tomorrow be better, and yeah,
And
it is what it is.
and what happened in your case?
Uh, I, I definitely I feel better in the day of the tournament. I really felt my back in the first match.
So yours was also a back injury?
Yeah, I just tried to be positive all time, and I got the second place. I lost the final, but it's not because my back is injured. It's because I just lost the final. Yeah, it's a ADCC is another rules, and I learned a lot in this tournament about the EDCC rules and everything about this kind of tournament. This was my first time competing in the no-gi as well.
Mm.
So yeah, I learned it a lot. I went to the absolute as well. So yeah, I got the third place there.
Mhm. So you were able to compete all day even with your injury?
Yeah, yeah. I just didn't think about it, about the injury in the day of the tournament, So I felt many times, but okay, my opponent probably have the same problem as well, so everything will be fine. And yeah, and of course I pay attention because it's a back injury, so it's not something serious, but could be something serious. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And but everything fine.
And what about after the competition? Were you still injured? Like, what did you do after the competition?
Yeah, of course, after the competition is a real time to carry it. So I went to Brazil after the tournament, and I could do the same physiotherapy sessions there, and now I'm much better. It's like I was talking about. You need to see what happened and see what you need to do to be better. I analyzed okay, I had a back injury, so what I need to do to be better. Yeah.
So you did some immediate damage control so that you could compete, and then the recovery, right? Of course, you still need to recover, but you were able to move that recovery to after the tournament.
Yeah.
One opinion of yours that I maybe it's a bit of a hot take, but it's something that I've learned from you is you really don't like it when competitors mention their injuries in the competition. Why is that?
I think the problem is not say, oh, I'm injured. I think I lost because I had this injury
Mm,
before. Just say, I just lost because I had this injury. So when you say that, you remove all merit of your opponent. Your opponent
mm,
always train a lot, probably always had injury. Probably this injury could be worse than your injury. So you never know what is happening with opponents. So yeah, I think it's injury can't be skills.
Mm.
For in this situation, next time you could try be better in the day of the tournament. You could try avoid injuries in the weeks before the tournament, but you never can say that you just lost because you are injured.
I think that's something that I've really taken away from you. So either you're too injured to compete, or you're not as seriously injured. You decide to compete, but then you need to take yourself and you need to take your opponent seriously. And you can't blame your injury for the result
Yeah,
because there's so much more that goes into preparation, right? And your opponents have a lot of things going on themselves, but they're not whining about it.
yeah.
I think that was a really great conversation. I hope that was useful to you. I know it's helped me so much. I'm going to be doing a lot of physiotherapy these next couple of days. I'm definitely going to take some painkillers, right, so that my posture stays normal and that don't make it worse. Because sometimes if you're injured, your posture goes off, and then your body actually makes your injury worse. But yeah, do you have any message for maybe an injured athlete, maybe who someone like me who is right before a tournament, right before a competition that they've trained so much for, and now they're injured and they don't know how to feel about it. Do you have any message for them?
Oh yeah, of course. And if you are in injury, just try to be positive. Try your best to be better in the day of the tournament. If you need to the physiotherapy, do the physiotherapy. Try to eat better. Try drink more water. Everything you can to be best as possible in the day of the tournament.
All right. I think that's everything from us today, and hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again next time.